Hi everyone, Adrian from Oklahoma City. And tonight I just wanted to come and visit with you about growing businesses and shrinking businesses. And when you're looking for a new office locations due to either one of those factors. They are both going to require the same amount of information when it comes to what it is that you need to know. So, first, you need to know what is your monthly budget. And when I say that, I mean the monthly budget of rent and utility bills and your telecommunications and everything. Because a lot of times, one thing that I mentioned in a previous video is we have different types of leasing. We have a full service lease, we have a modified gross, and we have the triple net leases. And so when you know how much your budget is, and if your budget is X for rent and X for bills, then we know that you could maybe get an X amount for a full service lease, which is much higher than a rate that you would need to pay for a modified gross, because that modified gross is going to then incorporate you paying your own utility bills and maybe other things. So that is a very important need to know. The second need to know is, or need to have, is verifiable income. And that is what we call the ability to pay. So I just need to see, most of the time, there's a few things that are pretty generic. Your P&L, which is your profit and loss, summary of your taxes. If you're an existing business and you've been filing taxes, a lot of times that P&L will show that landlord or owner enough information for them to say yes or no. And even if you are not making a lot of money, but you have been paying another rent and that is shown, there's things that P&L shows this owner for them to say yes or no. However, they also sometimes will say, no, we don't see enough money here. We need to see money in the bank. So they will ask for bank statements. Sometimes they will just ask for a letter from a bank that says this person has X amount of money at the end of the month, and they can get that. Most of the time I see, though, a profit and loss if you're existing, and if not, it's going to be a bank statement. That simple. References. So anybody that will give you a good behavioral report, whether it's your landlord now, a landlord that you're renting from at a residential level because you're the owner of this company, and if you're paying your bills over here and this is the first time you've ever had to rent, that is very good information. So just have your references ready. And so the other is how much time you need. So when I say that, it's going to be, if you're going to be really picky on, how your walls look, and if you need this to have natural light throughout, so we've got to take out walls and put glass in, you need to know some of those things. So you need to know your style. You need to know what it is that you want. If you just want to get into an office and get in, then it's going to be much less time. We can probably have you in within, I've had people in next week, if they could move in, all they needed was to clean. But I've also had people that's taken 6 months to get in. So you need to know your time. You need to know what your taste is and what that probably is going to entail. And if you don't know that, then ask your realtor, ask your agent, because they will be able to tell you what the average timeline is. In Oklahoma City, I can tell you that if you're going to be moving walls and you're going to be putting glass in those walls, or you're going to be doing anything special, you're going to look at a 45 to 60 day build out, just period. Especially if they have to get permits, then you're looking at more like a 3-month build out, because permitting is going to have to, go into effect before any build out can happen. So just keep in mind that if your lease goes up, if you have a lease or you're looking and you want to be in by August, you may need to start looking in the first quarter of this year, because negotiations could take anywhere from a week to a month. Just depends on how many people we're dealing with, what the specs are, and that type of thing. So I would say give yourself enough time. So I've talked about, what you need to know, monthly income, what your finances look like there. Your monthly verifiable income, which includes the ability to pay. You need to have good references. And 4, you need to know what your timeline looks like and what it is that you want. And that's it, everybody. That is what you need to know. A short, brief breakdown. Have a great day, rest of your day.